our way to Phoenix Comicon 2014. What do you have to say for yourself? Are you excited?
I'm pretty excited. You weren't that excited,
dude. Okay, I'm like on 4 hours of sleep, and I was nervous, and there's so many people, and sometimes I get a little bit like anxious with so many people.
So yeah, I was pretty excited about this. I mean, this is something I was kind of looking forward to. I'm not the hugest comic book fan, but I do like, some comics. I love video games, and pop culture, which these are, the bigger cons are kind of turning into more of pop culture conventions rather than like strictly comic book conventions,
Yeah, which works out for me because I get to see cool costumes that aren't strictly comic book stuff and cool special effects stuff, cool makeup.
Yeah, that stuff's right up your alley.
Yeah.
Right off the bat, we headed up to the Adam West, Burt Ward, and Julie Newmar panel.
You said right off the bat. That was funny.
Right off the bat, we headed up there. Because it was 10:30, right? First panel of the day.
Well, actually, Julie Newmar walked out first, and I was like, dang, that lady is sexy. Can I say she's sexy? I mean, she's like in her 80s, right?
She's an 80-year-old woman, yeah.
Yeah, whatever.
Sure,
she's sexy.
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, Adam West.
I mean, Adam West is always witty,
Oh yeah, he was a riot too.
Yeah, he's pretty good.
And then Bert was he kind of seemed like kind of more serious and a little bit more good balance between the two of them.
Yeah.
My question is for Burt Ward. Out of all of the holy Batman phrases you had to say, which was the most difficult to keep a straight face with the whole time?
That's a good question. There were so many of them, and all of them were tied to the situation that we were doing. In other words, it wasn't just an abstract. So what's the answer? So for me, there wasn't. I mean, the holies were actually very easy as long as they made sense, and I didn't have to change them. But we did have some lines that were really difficult to say. So, and because my character said them energetically, I'll give you one of the lines I had was, haven't you some anti-ballistic black flats in your utility belt, Batman?
How do you feel about how the character's changed over the years, from the way you guys portrayed it to what it's become now?
They come from light and funny times in the 60s when there was a lot of hope and we were living in a marvelous world. There was Kennedy, there was great arts and everything, and then we had, now. And then we had the Dark Ages, and then we had the Dark Batman, and then they had the Darker Batman. You want to live a long life? Have fun.
We have, of course, observed the changes, and it's become dark and gothic and highly explosive and special effects, and Batman kills more people on the way to the rescue than the villains do. But it's okay, because they do their thing with a lot of talent and money and attention. We did ours. Kind of a sidebar here. There are billboards of us as Batman and Robin all over the country now. We were selected to represent, the three of us, the 60s, and all those amazing things that were happening. And, I could go on. I don't want to bore you with this, because I know that we just tried to bring you a comedy that you could enjoy for years and years.
I think 48 years is doing pretty good, that's for sure.
So yeah, like they were saying, I mean, they're cultural icons. I mean, they're a benchmark for the 60s. They impacted so many people.
Yeah, that's what I found, quite interesting actually, is to see how it actually affected, everyday people in profound ways, actually.
Yeah, so much so that, somebody wanted to propose in front of them. I mean, they've never met these people before, but, they have such a deep connection with them that that's important to them to propose in front of them, you know?
Yeah, and the guy was around our age, so it was cool to see how that influence could expand over generations.
So this is Branden, and we just got out of the Adam West panel. What'd you think?
It was awesome. I was really hoping to ask a question because I had a really obscure question, because there was actually an episode in the Batman animated series where he worked with Kevin Conroy and played a character called the Grey Ghost, and I was going to ask him how it was working, two people that play Batman working in the same room, but I never got to ask my question.
Oh, well, see, there you go. Adam West, if you're watching this.
So after the 60s Batman panel, we made our way down to the convention floor for a few minutes, which was really cool. I mean, it's huge. We were actually at the Amazing Arizona Comicon earlier this year, and that seemed like it had more comic book booths, like comic book stores.
Yeah, places where you could actually purchase a comic book.
Yeah, this seemed like it was a much wider variety of booths. Most of the booths we saw kind of in the little corner section that we got to were kind of like photo op booths.
Yeah, at least that's what it seemed like. It seemed like that was their whole purpose, was to have a booth to take cool pictures.
Yeah.
So one thing that occurred to me was this is one of those places that you could come to, and ordinary, everyday Joe people that sit behind a desk all day, clicking away, other people are coming up to them and asking to take pictures. I think that is so cool. I think that is so fun. It's like you get to be special and feel like a prince or a princess for a day.
Whoever is a female Ash or a male Ash, come up to the stage, please, at this point.
Yeah, we got into the Bruce Campbell panel, and he started off with a impromptu Ash costume contest.
Excellent. Where are you from?
I'm from Phoenix.
I'm Ash. You're Ash. Come on, let's do it. Huh? Yeah. Come on. Give me some sugar, baby. That's all you have to say. Come over here, sir. And what's your name?
Ian.
Ian, you got the blood going. You got the blood going. How'd you do the blood?
Carob syrup, red food coloring, chocolate syrup.
Are you all sticky and disgusting?
My everything is glued to my everything else.
I like that. My everything is glued to my everything else. Yeah. Now, correct me if I'm wrong. We live in a democracy. Did this man win? Or did this man win? All right. Sir, you won. And for all of your efforts coming to Phoenix and all your time and money, here's $5 in compensation. And coming in second to pay for the electricity, for the hot water, for the shower, there's $2.
So yeah, after he gave the winner their $5, he had a couple of chairs up there. He had a regular guy panel. He just brought people up from the audience, asked them questions about their life and stuff.
What was the last meal that you cooked?
I smoked a tri-tip, and
You got a barbecue or smoke everything? You can't just throw something in a pan and flip it over, call it a day?
Oh, well, before Comicon, I made General Tso's tofu on top of udon noodles with sauteed vegetables.
If I ate that at a restaurant, that'd probably be worth about $1. Very nice.
It was fun. It was fun to watch.
Yeah. It was definitely an interesting way to go, I guess, with a panel. He seems like he's done like enough Q&A panels to know like how to kind of have fun with it, and make it unique.
Yes, sir. What's your question?
So after the regular guy panel, he did a standard kind of Q&A, and man, if you weren't on point, he wouldn't let you get away with much,
Experiences from which I started seeing you at a very young age in Brescia County Junior. Then seeing you on Xena and Hercules.
Yes.
Mask of all trades.
Are you gonna list them all?
Yes.
All right, good. I'm gonna take a nap and let me know when I'm done.
And I didn't really see Burn on us, but I did like you in it. Wow.
Wow, that's just a mistake, sir. I'm just going to throw that out. I didn't see 7 years of your work. Sweating your noodle off in Miami for 7 years, 111 episodes. I didn't see any of that shit, but I liked it. How could you like it if you didn't see it? Dear God, man.
What was your experience with all those shows?
What do you care? You didn't see half of them.
No, I actually saw 3 out of the 4.
Well, my favorite was Burn Notice.
I've been a fan of Bruce Campbell since when I saw Evil Dead when I was a teenager. I mean, he's charming, he's witty. Yeah, he didn't disappoint, I guess, at this panel.
No, not at all. In fact, it was like watching stand-up. It was quite fun, and quite amusing.
Yeah.
Yes, with the hat. Oh, you saw Burn Notice. Oh, he saw Burn Notice. What's the next challenge I want? To get off the stage, for God's sake.
Well, today we're doing advanced horror makeup, character, haunted house, and indie films with John Fry. So while I gather...
After that, we walked over to the advanced horror makeup panel that Shannara had picked out.
Yeah, I thought it would be really cool to see some advanced horror makeup, just because that's where my interest lies.
Yeah.
It probably has since I was a kid.
Yeah.
Mostly influenced by my mom. My mom always made some really cool, elaborate costumes, and that kind of carried over to me a little bit as far as my interest goes. Which,
Yeah, you've done makeup on some of the shoots I've been on and stuff, and some really, really good work. I mean.
Yeah, amateur stuff, but I was able to pull it off. So.
Yeah. By the time that we left the advanced horror makeup panel, I was hungry before that. I was ready to eat and stuff.
Yeah, I hadn't had breakfast, so I was like, I need to get some food because I'm getting bitchy.
Yeah, we were getting a little snippy at each other. So as soon as we walked out of the convention center, right outside, there was a whole line of replica icon cars, like Herbie the Love Bug and the Bluesmobile from Blues Brothers. And Kit from Knight Rider, the General Lee, my favorite, the A-Team van.
Yeah, and you can't forget the DeLorean.
Yeah.
So after recharging our batteries, we headed over to the Hyatt Regency where they had tabletop gaming.
Yeah. I noticed that in the guide, and I thought it was kind of cool. It kind of speaks to how big, the con's getting when it spills over into the neighboring buildings. There was a couple of different hotels that had things going on in them. So one of the coolest things I think about that whole thing is they actually had games that you didn't have to bring your own game. They had games there in the lobby, and you could check them out and play them, and then bring them back.
Well, where are you specifically coming from?
Hey, there was a table that was playing Cards Against Humanity, which I love, but I find that I'm too nervous. The weird thing is when I was in school, like high school, grade school, middle school, I didn't have problems finding friends. I just feel like I just had friends, or it wasn't that important to me and stuff. But as an adult, I find it very difficult to meet new people and talk to new people.
You and me both, darling.
So yeah, we finally made our way back over to the convention floor, and no sooner did we get there than they were closing it down. We got to look at a few things, and everything else kind of started shutting down. Which, by that point, we kind of felt tired. We felt like we were really trying to rush everything, trying to get it all in one day.
Yeah, which is kind of impossible to do, really. Well, I guess not impossible. If that's the only thing that you did all day long, you could probably get it done, but. In my opinion, if you have the opportunity to go like on a Thursday and Friday, that's when I would go hit the convention floor, because I think you'll have more opportunity to go and check out stuff, and then you can also attend the panels.
Yeah.
We were actually trying to do both, so that made it a little bit difficult.
Yeah.
What's the best part of the Comicon so far? I love seeing all the outfits. I love seeing, especially since, there's characters I recognize, and then there's characters that I don't know very well. And, you see some ridiculous costumes where they've been working on it all year, and it's just impressive.
So we decided to end our day on the masquerade costume contest, since Shannara is such a fan of costuming and makeup.
Heck yeah.
Yeah. The interesting thing to me is that, this is a comic convention, but it felt like it was all over the place with the costumes. I mean, there was probably a quarter of them that were anime-related costumes that we had no idea what character they were trying to be.
True.
And then like a quarter games, like Zero from Mega Man and Tiny Tina from Borderlands 2. Then there was about a quarter of them that were actually comic book related, so like Thor and like Black Cat and Rhino from Spider-Man. So there's another like 5% that were kind of just random. Like there was a guy who came out as Wyatt Earp and his wife was quote unquote friend, And then there was Elsa and Anna from Frozen, and Elsa and Anna from Frozen, and Elsa and Anna from Frozen. And Elsa from Frozen, and Anna from Frozen.
Hey, did you remember Elsa and Anna from Frozen?
Oh yeah, I forgot about them. There was also Elsa and Anna from Frozen. So as you can tell, there was quite a few Elsas and Annas. So there were some of them that were, just kind of like walked on and then like off stage pretty quick, and then there were some that were like, actual like whole productions. They had a whole
they had like full performances, like the Game of Thrones performance where they had like flag wavers and
it was that was all out stage fair.
That was really cool. That was
So what was your favorite costume?
Okay, so it was like the cat, and he had like a cat face and he had like claws. Yeah. And he's kind of sneaky looking.
You mean the Khajiit from Skyrim?
Yeah, that.
Yeah, that one.
Yeah.
Okay.
I thought it was good. He had his hands like they weren't just gloves. It looked like they could have been gloves, but they looked like they were more like almost like makeup.
Yeah.
It looked intricate to me.
Yeah.
What about you?
I had to think about it a little bit because there were some pretty good ones, but I think I kind of settled on the Heavy from Team Fortress 2. Yeah, his Gatling gun, that was amazing. That thing looks exactly like it does in the game. It revolves and everything, and that's
a lot of work.
Good.
Yeah. A lot of work.
Yeah, that was pretty impressive.
Will our heroes make it back to Comicon on Sunday? Will they get to see the Stan Lee panel? Will they ever get back to the convention floor? Stay tuned for the exciting conclusion of Arizona Is at Phoenix Comicon.
Don't say what you want. All I got here's one. Please take your time.